full attention?
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's the plan.
Yes,
Throws
ma'am.
everything off if
I
we
get
don't
to sleep
finish.
next period.
Okay, well, my plan was also to start putting that back, and it didn't work,
No,
so.
it is literally stored. No.
All right,
Oh,
we are in.
Can I
Yeah.
shut the door?
What?
David.
David, shh.
I didn't move.
That was Jack, also can I shut the
It
door?
was both of y'all talking. Who was it then? Who was talking? You weren't.
It was Casper.
You were literally just talking to him.
Yeah, and then it stopped.
Hey, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like 3 seconds late on my.
Yeah, that's what it was.
All right, we're in 3.3. We're studying quadratic functions, and now we are looking. Remember, we have. What is vertex form of a quadratic function?
Stupid.
And you get the first time.
Yes, what actually are the letters?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But what's the
It's on my note card.
what's the equation?
Oh.
Oh. FX equals.
Dictate, hold up.
I had it too.
Okay, vertex form is y equals a times a times x minus h squared.
Maybe you can ask us what the Great Commission is.
Yeah. All right, what is standard form?
F of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c.
Yes, very good. David has his notes. What is intercept form?
Oh, that's.
A times x minus b.
Something in parentheses x minus
q.
p and
Minus
x
p.
minus q.
Yeah.
And minus q, yeah, just minus.
A
A times x minus p times x minus q, right? And then we learned another one. This is our focus form. It was y equals 1 over 4p x squared. And p is the distance from the vertex to the focus, right? So let's say you're
And
facing.
then directrix.
Yes, so this is the directrix. P is this distance right here from the vertex to the focus. And then this right here, this distance would be negative P, the opposite, whatever that is. We ended class right as I was starting to tell you the next formula, which was x equals 1 over 4p y squared. This is for parabolas that would be facing left or right. If the parabola is facing to the right, so if it's facing this way and the focus is here, then in this case P is positive, okay? Because this is the positive direction of X, correct? If it was facing to the left, the distance from the vertex to P would be negative. P would then be negative. Let's see. Let me do one of these. Does that make sense? Identify the focus. The focus, the directrix,
Oh gosh.
and the axis of symmetry of this parabola.
Respectfully.
Respectfully. All right, so because this has x to the first power and y squared, this is going to be one of these sideways ones, okay? If you have y squared, that flips it this way, okay? So before we can do any of this, we have to solve it for x. We have to make it look like that. So to solve this for x, you have to divide by 6 on both sides. So we get, can I move this all around? So x equals 1 over 6 y squared. Because y squared divided by 6 is the same thing as 1/6 y squared.
Hey Ezra,
this.
What's up, bro?
you gonna be on time today, class?
No promises.
Okay, do you see how these are exactly the same? This equation is exactly the same as this except for the bottom of the fraction.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we set this equal to this, those two little pieces are the only thing that's different, okay? So if we say 4p equals 6, we can figure out what p is in this equation. All right, because in order to find the focus, we have to figure out what p is. Is this facing right or left based on right? It's facing to the right because it's positive. If it was negative, it would be facing to the left. So we know our focus is over here somewhere, and our directrix is somewhere back there. So we solve this for p. Get p equals 3/2 or 1. Wait, is that right? Right? 1.5? Yeah. I don't know why my brain died for a second. All right. So p equals 1.5. So this distance right here, because the vertex is at 0, 0, all right, this distance right here has to be 1.5. So what is this point then?
Focus.
Wait, what is it? Or like
What's the point? What's this point? If the distance from here to here is 1.5.
1.5.
1.5 what? 0. Thank you.
I was like, I didn't
Ezra is a
know.
Mexican, not a Mexican.
Yes, he's a Mexican, not a Mexican.
Love you, Ezra.
Hey Ezra, is the mustache real?
We don't talk about
I wasn't even there.
The birds.
I'm gonna go strangle those birds. I don't care that they're babies, I'm gonna go strangle them.
I'm gonna cook and make some bird stew.
Okay.
Wait, you cannot say that. There's a
This
difference between
point,
birds
Justin,
and
just it's too much.
Sorry.
Just stop.
So is that always the focus? So whenever you plug in whatever the number is that you get from that equation into the 4p, is that always going to be the focus?
It's always going to be the distance from the vertex to the focus. In this case, the vertex is at 0, 0 because there's no h and k. So then, but like if the vertex was at like 2,
What a shot.
you would add 1.5 to 2, so it would be
Yeah.
3.5.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll do some of those here in a minute. So if the focus is 1.5, or sorry, if the focus is 1.50, what is the directrix?
Negative 1.5.
Yes, and it's a line, it's a vertical line. How do we write the equation of a vertical line?
X equals.
Yeah, x equals negative 1.5. And then was it the axis of symmetry? So this, in this case, the axis of symmetry is running through the center here. What is the axis of symmetry? Oh, nice. I was thought you were going to say the x-axis. So y equals 0, or you could say x-axis, but y equals 0 is better.
Good morning to you too.
All right, good.
Good, guys.
I was still trying to write down this when that was written and I was talking. How did we get, where did the 4p come from?
The original equation.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this is the, like,
Okay. I see.
oh, no, I'm sorry, this one right here.
already watched this video like 18
Yeah,
They're
me
both
too.
the same,
I'm also
same
mispronounced, sorry, you're.
And okay, so in your book, in this lesson, there is a big chart with lots more information. I think teaching it this way makes more sense, but there's also a chart in your book that's like, if this is the case, then p equal, it gives you this whole big long thing. It's like, the focus is h plus p, comma k, and the directrix is x equals h minus p. It's, I don't know, I feel like just drawing yourself a picture and looking at it and figuring out all the pieces is easier.
Do I have homework tonight?
Huh?
Do I have homework tonight?
Please.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? All of us that have siblings,
Yeah.
Halloween
Yeah,
siblings.
we have
I
to-
can grade it.
I
We have to move on to the next lesson
We can
tomorrow.
grade it on
We can grade it Wednesday. Does that sound good?
Do it Tuesday.
Yes.
We're going a new angle.
Alright, don't erase all that yet, please.
Wait, no, tell me.
My little camera stand.
Cody.
Oh wait, hold on.
I don't know the song, but I was gonna sing it.
Yeah, Fat Tuesday is every day.
She could be.
Huh?
You don't know the song?
I know it like a little bit. Cause like
You don't know the whole thing?
Dave exists. No, I don't know the whole thing.
I don't know the whole thing.
You know the entire My Little
Yes,
Pony theme
I
song.
do.
How do you know that?
My
Jack?
sister, and I like the show.
My favorite part was going to dinner at your, or hanging out at your house the other day, and us arguing about which Power Rangers was the best.
Yes.
You're kidding me, right?
The white one. No.
No,
There is a white Power Ranger.
the,
Yeah, there
the
is.
shows. Which show is the best?
Oh, I got you.
Samurai.
This.
I don't know.
There's a white Power Ranger. Hey, no.
No,
I
there
just got
is.
that.
There
I know,
is.
but then
Okay.
I just got what you mean.
Okay. All this you can have on a note card for test quizzes. All this stuff you can have all this written down. You don't have to memorize this. All right. This is. What does this look like? What form does this look like?
Vertex.
Vertex.
Whoa.
That looks like vertex form. This right here is the same thing as A. Okay. In vertex form. This is the same. This is like a sideways version of vertex form. Okay. This is when they flip sideways. So X and Y switch and K and H switch. Okay. So everything swaps on this one.
That's a fifth.
So would you have to distribute P?
Distribute it? No, because it has a squared here. You
Okay,
can't distribute. If you just keep it with the 4 underneath the fraction.
Because I did not want to. You're gonna say one thing.
Yo, what the dog's doing?
So in
I
this
didn't think
case, the
Jack got
vertex is moved. It's somewhere else. P is still the distance from the vertex to the focus. Okay. Let's look at.
Always.
Okay, don't move on yet, please. 1 second.
Can I erase this side?
Yeah,
Distribute means everything.
Equally shared among your.
Okay, so this part is.
How was that so funny? That was the dumbest thing.
It is definitely a Monday.
Oh yeah. You notice how quiet we are?
Uh-huh.
We're just dead.
You woke up yet?
This entire everything she's saying right now is in Spanish or French or some other foreign language. I'm just not getting
Why,
it.
you're in the front.
I am in the front.
That's how bad the lesson is. You're gonna have to come to the front.
I had to give the camera a new angle so I'd focus on it tonight. I want to go home.
Wait, what happened?
I want to go eat, then go home.
I debated on whether or not to call this a mental health day and stay home, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, I was thinking.
Only reason I'm here is for off-campus lunch.
Oh yeah, I love the fact that old people think
No, you
that
could have
like
stayed sick.
restaurants just
And you
have
just
what
went
they
to
want because they
eat
wanted it, and
Because my
like
parents would have allowed that.
yeah, it's just
I was talking about.
If you're too sick to go to school, you're too sick to go to lunch.
Nah, I'm
So
You're too sick to have
The
food.
one day I was sick and I could barely walk. My body hurt so bad. I made my way upstairs, plopped in a chair. I was like, "You can walk upstairs." You can
All right.
I'm like,
Always draw yourself a picture with these. This is what will help you. Draw the picture, all right? And when you visualize it, then it's so much easier to break it all down. So our goal is to write an equation. That is what we're doing. This is where this whole chapter is going, is writing equations of quadratic functions. That's why you're getting all these different forms, and you're going to be given all different kinds of information, and you have to figure out which form of a quadratic function you want to use to write your equation. Okay, so
who cares?
Who cares?
okay, of this,
Isaac
okay,
Newton.
so write an equation of the parabola that opens right. So let's start with that. Okay, it's opening to the right, so it's not facing up
So
or
it's
down.
positive.
It's facing this way. Oh, good. One's positive.
Wow.
The equation.
P.
The equation, yes,
Yes.
and P, yes, because P is what determines if it's positive or negative, right? So what?
sorry, just your head
Okay,
or your
so-
shoulders always away.
P.
Shoulders,
Let's just
knees,
say
and
P is.
toes.
This is just helpful information, okay?
I'm gonna rapidly start aging now.
Jackson, shush.
How equal.
When you're in the depression corner, you're not allowed to be.
I'm not being happy. I said this is
Oh, my bad.
Young Living Lavender Lip Balm. I'm gonna start
What?
aging rapidly.
What?
I'm gonna start what?
The cookie,
And that's where we cut it.
You said something else
I
too.
did not. I said.
Yeah,
I
you
did
did.
say.
All right, quiet. Back to this. We have to get through this today. All right, write an equation. Jackson, stop talking.
Yikes.
Stop talking. It's bad enough when the second I stop talking, you'll all start talking. But to be talking while I'm talking, okay. Write an equation of the parabola that opens right. Okay, we got that, opening right. Whose vertex is 6, 2. Okay, so I need to fix this because I put that at 0, 0. All right, so the vertex is at 6, 4, 5, 6, 6, 2.
I was very confused.
I'm sorry, that I did that in the center. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done the vertex first. All right, the vertex is at 6, 2, and it's opening to the right. And the vertex, it says, is 4 units from the focus. So the focus is 1, 2, 3, 4 units over here. Okay? So what does that make P?
4.
Yeah. P equals 4. And if we wanted to, it's not asking us for the focus, but the point of the focus is what, 6 plus 4, so that'd be 10 too. That's what that point is. So all we need to write an equation, okay? So right here, we have a sideways one, right? So this is, we have to be able to fill in, P, K, and H in order to write the equation, okay? When you're writing an equation, the biggest issue I see is that people fill in X and Y and leave it like that for their you need to, for your final equation, if the goal is to write the equation, X and Y have to be left as the variables. Sometimes we fill them in along the way to get other pieces of this, but not in the final answer. Okay, so we have P, and then H and K, what is H and K?
Vertex.
Yeah, it's the vertex. So what's H?
6.
6, yeah. And K
2.
is 2. So we just have to fill those in. So we've got X equals 1 over 4, P is 4, times Y minus, this is why it flips the sign, Y minus K is 2, plus 6. And then just, if there's anything to simplify, we'll just make this 16. And there's the equation. That was easy, right? It's just you just have to remember that how to find P, and it's just the distance from here to here. If this had been facing the other way, it would be negative. It might say 4 units from the vertex, but if it's going to the left, then P would be negative.
Math is so weird.
This is dumb.
This is dumb. I actually kind of like this lesson.
Please give me one real life scenario.
Miss Brown, can you scoot over?
Nope, I can't at the moment.
Set in stone.
Concrete cubes.
All right, let's do one where you have to.
Okay, can I sit at your desk?
I don't care.
No, he means that one.
Yeah.
You were going back there just
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, that's so
That would be so toxic.
That's what I thought he was doing too.
My
I thought I'd say
my
this.
happiness is
But
right
I
there.
miss systems of equations.
Yeah.
It's okay, you'll see it again on the semester exam.
David?
Geometry, it's so much easier.
Time to use a
Yeah,
calculator.
going back to rotations.
Bro, trigonometry is cracked.
Yeah, trigonometry is where it's at.
It's like the only thing I learned in the year of geometry.
But like honestly though, the last time you will say trigonometry in your life is on the last day of high school trigonometry when you say, thank God I'm done with trigonometry, and you will never
Kate's gonna be
use
30 years old with this moment. Oh, wait, just say
Actually, I will use it a lot.
Okay, you
Going into engineering, you will use it a lot.
most of us will.
Kate's the only one here that's gonna use it.
True. Now this is not ever gonna be used by any of us.
Actually, but see, look, this one has so much like
Unless we're
I don't
Application.
Oh, is it like 87 cakes minus 47 cakes? You have diabetes.
No, this was
Congratulations.
all with like satellites and lenses and light. Like this actually, I feel like is one that I don't know.
Guess
It's only one teeny tiny lesson.
If
in
I
the
ever
whole
guess what?
course. I wish I had more
you know.
time to delve into this one and see how you.
But
use
unless
this
you're
one.
engineering them, and even if you do, you use a software program. You don't do the math.
Yeah, but you at least can understand how it works.
Well, we don't need
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Just think about like that. You're carrying on this knowledge to the next generation. It's just like it would die if you didn't like.
I hope
Miss
not.
Brown?
Yeah.
Miss
You
Brown,
have to keep carrying it on.
if you give me 5 minutes, I won't be able to carry anything on. It'll
Okay,
be gone.
This one, yes.
Every generation gets told that, and then they become parents, and they go, why the heck are they teaching me this, kid? And also, I learned it a different way. What the heck? So,
Okay. Moving
Your
on.
teacher said,
All right.
Do it my way.
Write an equation of the parabola shown. So this time I'm giving you the picture. Here we had words and we had to figure it out. This time, giving you the picture. What do you notice about the vertex in this one?
it's down
Yeah,
low.
it's at 0, 0. So for this one, you can always use, honestly, you can always use the one with H and K because you're just filling in zeros. Or you can go back and use the one I gave you yesterday when the vertex was at 0,
I don't
0.
remember that one.
And it's facing down, so do we use a y equals or an x equals?
Y equals negative.
Y equals, right? So y equals, you can go ahead and just use this one as your base, or if you used this one, just know you're filling in zeros, right, for H and K.
Oh,
But it would just simplify down to this, because this would be 0 and this would be 0.
I'm just gonna
Right.
board a jigsaw puzzle.
It's so funny, whenever I see people do this on the test, they usually end up using this one and just put in 0, 0.
Because
But
why
if you
would
know
I
to do
learn
this-
2 things instead of 1?
Huh?
I could just
Yeah.
learn 1 thing
Yes,
and it would work.
that's my thought too, yeah. But so either one, it'll simplify down to this. So this is the Directrix. What's the Directrix at?
1, 2, 3.
Yes, so this is y equals 3. That's what this line is. So where's the focus going to be?
3.
Negative 3.
Negative 3,
Wow.
right? So the focus is at negative 3, 0. So what does that make P?
3.
Negative 3.
Oops.
Yeah, remember, if it's facing down and it's going down or left, P would be negative. Because it has to make this whole equation
Imagine
negative to
having
make it
negative
face
P.
down. So then y equals 1 over negative 12x squared. And there's your equation.
What do you do with that equation?
Huh?
What do you do with that equation?
Is it like every point goes up 1 to the right?
Well, each, it's not really slope, but the bigger the smaller the fraction, the wider this is.
So it's just a dilation.
Okay, Brown.
Okay, one.
Brown.
It'll shrink.
Let me
Using that
figure this out with my
geometry
engineering mind.
Huh?
So, if this is drawn to scale, which it's not, but-
Yeah.
and light came here,
Uh-huh.
that's where it would hit. That's where it's.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay,
what,
so
yeah.
this is the actual like.
Yeah.
This is not just
Huh?
some stupid math thing. This is.
Yeah, it's actually
I don't
kinda
remember
cool,
that
yeah.
at all.
And that's why I feel like I never have time to get into all the different like
That's okay,
real
Miss
world
Brown, no.
applications, but it's kind of cool.
Because there's only 5 of them. Anywho,
All right, let's
are those different? Like,
see. Listen to this. It says parabolic reflectors have cross sections that are parabolas.
What's a parabolic?
Incoming sound, light, or
Parabolic.
other energy that
Parabolic
arrives at a parabolic reflector parallel to the axis of symmetry is directed to the focus. So anything that
Those are a lot of big words.
So look, okay.
that's cool, actually.
So anything. This is neat. So anything that comes in here, light, sound, anything, bounces back to the focus. That hits it anywhere on this. Anywhere it hits this, sound, light, anything that comes into this parabola, it hits that and it all bounces straight to the focus. Which is kind of cool.
Now this turned into my
That's
second.
not drawing a
that's-
scale, but that's
and that-
good enough. Good enough.
And then that is where it either sends the light like out or the sound out or the whatever.
And then go the other way.
So I
Go
get
the other way.
I get the y equals 1 for, what's the y equals 1 for x h over there? Like, what's
This?
the, yeah.
This is
That's
this
the
is the
formula.
formula for when your vertex is not at 0, 0. You can still use this one. When it's at 0, 0, you would just fill in 0
Oh, okay.
and 0 for there.
It's school almost over.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's any
Almost done with school, right?
more
It's a,
examples I need to show
it's a
you.
real guy's rocket ship we drew.
Yeah, it's Asian.
Miss, remember the rocket ships we drew in your car?
Yeah.
Rip. Was it in like the dirt or was that?
It was in the window dirt.
I'm gonna do one more example.
That's why you wash
Remember
your
that time
car.
somebody drew a rocket ship on your truck?
And it still hasn't come off?
Yep.
Was it Colton?
Yes.
It was.
funny.
Bruh, and he like paid money to get it washed off and then it just like didn't wash off because the finger oil or
No, he
something.
didn't. He didn't pay to get
It's like-
washed off.
You went to get a car wash.
So
Right
were
out.
you.
Oh, I did.
He's calling a garden hose in the
Yeah, you
spot.
did because you were whining about how you just got it washed and you had to spend $10
Okay,
to get it washed.
Renshaw.
It was afterwards.
I'm just
Stop.
trying to do as many examples of these as I can so you have lots to look at for this.
I'll have lots to watch the video on. Yes.
Jakey, I bet we don't. We would like more examples.
Does it matter which one you
Dave,
use?
I had to pull someone out at the football game.
Equation?
Oh, yeah, I saw
No,
As
they
far
were-
as these
I
two,
think it was-
no, but it only matters if you use the x equals or the y equals.
Okay, so
they-
you can
Because-
use
they
those
didn't
for
realize
any.
my
You
truck was
have
still running, this
to,
thing was
you can
running.
always use this one. This one you can
Dangerous
only
right there.
use if the Directrix is at 0, 0. I mean the
Same.
vertex is at 0, 0.
it.
Alright, let's do,
It freaking tore. My
Yeah.
brakes locked. It's so bad.
Ow.
She drove it like a retard. So it sucks. She messed up my radio too.
David, did your truck get broken?
My mom
Oh,
killed it.
remind me to show you the truck that I saw on, whatever road it is. No, it
Alright.
wasn't on Tenny.
69.
It was between Wesley and like the one that goes down to Chick-fil-A.
so if we're given an equation and it says identify the focus, directrix, and axis of symmetry, again, draw yourself a picture. If you don't have a picture, draw one because it'll help.
A word.
You can use, like I said, you can use this little chart. Your book has, there's two of them. There's one for the 0, 0 ones and the others. It has all this stuff. If you can, as long as you can figure out what P is, you can break it down. Like for the x equals equation, the focus is P0. And like you could follow this. I like just analyzing the picture. But what page is that? It's page 121 and page 122. Thank you. So if you have a negative sign out to the side, just put it down here with the 24, okay? 1 over negative 24 y squared. Now, our base equation is this, right? 1 over 4p y squared. This is a x equals, so it's a x equals and it's negative. Which way is it facing? Left, good. And where's the vertex?
That way.
If we have this as our equation.
0, 0.
0, 0, good.
Whoa.
So it's facing left.
That's crazy.
So that means P
Like I didn't
is
ask.
positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative, good. So the only thing we need to figure out, like this is the same, this is the same. You could just set up a tiny little equation, this equal to this, and you can figure out what P is.
Wow.
-6.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So negative 6 equals P. So we go 6 this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what is the focus? What's that point?
-6.
Negative 6, 0, right? Did I write one before wrong? It was facing down and I wrote negative 3, 0. Didn't I do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On your notes,
Yeah.
it's 0, negative 3. The one that was facing
Oh,
down.
yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, oh yeah, right here. This should be, fix this on your note. Because I think the last example I did was a sideways one too. Make sure that that's correct. Make sure your zero's in the right place. If it's facing down, it'll be the opposite. All right, so it asks us for the focus. So the focus is -6, 0, P 0. So that's what that chart in the book says. And then the directrix.
0.
Yeah, the directrix would be the same distance this way, +6. So that's a vertical line, so x equals 6. And then the axis of symmetry is the x-axis, or you could say y equals 0.
When's the quiz over all this?
Never.
Did you say it was
What he
Friday?
said.
January
It's actually easy. I like it.
It's just
There is a quiz. There's not a quiz over this.
White
We just
boy.
do chapter 3 tests it on Friday.
On this Friday.
Yeah.
I
You only have one more lesson.
Excuse me?
After this. We just have one more lesson that we're going to spend Tuesday and Wednesday doing, and then we'll review Thursday. And
It's not terrible.
it's a short chapter. If look here, if I had one that was over here,
No.
and let's say the focus was at, let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say the focus was at -6,
0.
yeah.
0,
Zero.
and the vertex was at -3, 0. Okay? What's P?
Negative 3.
1, 2,
-3, right?
Wow.
And then the directrix would actually be here, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Exactly.
So don't let that fool you if the,
Wait, what are we not putting through this?
like if the vertex was moved, these won't be exactly opposites of each other. If the vertex is moved,
They're
right?
gonna be proportional, but
Yes.
not, yeah.
Yes, good. Okay, let me give you your assignment. We will move on tomorrow, but we can have this due
Friday.
Wednesday.
10 minutes.